everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mizuki Arts. Today we're going to be painting a cute little fairy that looks like maybe she's going to have tea in like a garden or something. I don't know. I keep the concepts loose here, but let's get right into it. We are interrupting this regularly scheduled program to tell you to go check out my Etsy shop. Since fairies have overtaken my sketchbook and my life, my shop has become the ultimate fairy lover's dream. With products ranging from stickers, pins, and prints to original paintings, I've got it all. All of my stickers are printed on waterproof vinyl, and my prints are on high-quality, durable, matte photo paper. So if you're watching this video, there's probably a fairy that's perfect for you. Whether you're looking for stickers, prints, paintings, or pins, head to www.etsy.com/shop/MizukiArtStudio. I want you all to know that before I started recording the voiceover for this video, I had a little moment where the little microphone button on my laptop, I apparently had pressed it at one point this week to like mute my mic. So when I went to record this, I was like, huh, that's funny. The track isn't like picking up any, I don't know, any sound or anything from my mic, even though it's all inputted in and everything. It was a moment. I legitimately had to Google what was going on, because I was like, I know it's user error. I know it's not my microphone going, but like, you know, obviously I feel pretty stupid now. So that's the high note we're starting this video off with. I mean, it didn't take, you know, super long for me to figure out what it was, obviously. But yeah, I felt pretty dumb, because I did like delete and recreate tracks a couple times. I tried switching which USB port I plugged my mic into. I mean, it was a whole ordeal in, like, you know, the span of 5 minutes or whatever. It's one of the reasons that recording voiceovers gives me so much like anxiety, just because there's so many ways I can mess it up, and then like the whole video is ruined if it goes wrong. On the bright side though, every time something like goes wrong, I learn something new. So the next time I come to sit down and record a voiceover, I understand a little better what I'm doing, especially since now I'm doing weekly videos. It's actually starting to like stick a little bit. Like I had a whole awkward phase where my voiceover was only playing in like one ear on people's like headphones or earbuds or whatever, and I figured out that was because my voiceover was set to the wrong track type, and I didn't really understand the difference between track types for a long time. I had to like research it a little more, because I was like, I really don't know my editing program as well as I thought I did, and it's going to be really awkward if there's like audio problems with this video and I'm talking about, you know, I'm learning and figuring things out. So hopefully the creation of this video will go a little smoother than some of my previous ones. It's been a couple weeks since that whole debacle blew over for me. I think I've figured it out and had a couple of videos that went a little more smooth, but of course I'm going to say that, and then this one will have something terrible like weird audio problems or whatever. Obviously, you know, I do this for fun. I'm not paid. I'm a full-time college student. I have another job. So this, like, YouTube is a hobby for me and a way for me to get my art out there. It's definitely, like, something that I really love doing, but I am still learning, and I don't dedicate as much time to it as I wish I could. I do enjoy sitting down and working on these videos every week. It is like a very fun thing for me, especially because I feel like with short-term or short-form content kind of taking over most of social media, the fact that like YouTube allows me to make a longer video and share like the full process with you guys is really appealing to me. And obviously I've talked a lot on my channel about how I really do like making shorter videos. I really enjoy making reels. I used to really love making TikTok videos, and then it became toxic and took over like every waking moment of my life for a little while. At least that's how it felt. It really was like an obsession. To be fair though, I was like, you know, 15 when I got on TikTok, so I did become pretty obsessed pretty quickly, and for that reason I'm glad I quit TikTok. I'm not sure what's different about making videos for that platform versus making videos for this one. I think TikTok had like this very vapid feel to it, where it was like people would see your videos and they might follow you, but they're never going to watch your content again. Whereas Instagram and YouTube, I did feel like, I started to learn some names in my comment sections. I started to like recognize some familiar profile pictures and things like that, and that happened pretty quickly on both of those platforms. It kind of feels a little bit more social, I think, than TikTok did to me, but I understand everyone's experiences with these platforms are going to be different, and it also depends like how long you are on the platforms, like whether or not people will come back or will forget about your channel or whatever. Like it's a very unique experience for everyone. I'm certain there are people that really love the back and forth with TikTok and everything. I just did not love it, and it's such a different experience to come on here and like know I'm going to see certain people in my comments, and I look forward to it every time. And sometimes I go back and I watch my old videos, and I can tell I've improved. I still have like a little bit of a camera voice. A lot of a camera voice, really. I sound different every time I put the mic in front of my face, I swear. And I'm definitely like still very awkward in learning how to do things with editing and all that. I'm always missing things and missing mistakes and everything, but I am doing my best and learning quickly. Normally I try to segue between topics, but I haven't really gotten the hang of that yet. So I'm just going to throw us into talking about like my school projects. So many of you know I am a full-time arts student right now. I'm not working towards a bachelor's, I'm working towards an associate's, and I have under a year left before I earn that degree, and will be moving on to try to be a children's book illustrator. And I try to periodically share some of the work that I'm proud of in my classes and talk about my experiences and everything, because I know getting an arts degree is scary, but it's something that a lot of people, or at least a lot of artists, might want to do. It might be one of the options they're considering moving forward as an artist. And I think getting an associate's will serve me well. I certainly feel like I have learned a lot about not just like how to draw things, but more so like how to present my work. I've learned how to cut mats. I've learned how to like take better photos of things, and how the words that I pair with my illustrations are important. I've learned a lot about composition and values and everything. Color theory is a big one. I do feel like going in, I already had a good understanding of color, but value was something that I really struggled with. And still, every once in a while, I kind of fall into like the mid-range of values in my work, and forget to leave highlights and some shadows. But it is something that I'm working towards fixing in my work. And right now, the spring semester is winding down, and I'm in 3 classes right now. A sculpture class, I'm in drawing too, and I'm also in a photography class. The photography class is the hardest one, I think. There's just been a lot of work, and some of it feels a little excessive at times. Like, we have 3 finals for this class. They're kind of all conjoined, like they're not entirely separate, but it does feel a little bit crazy because I'm in other classes and doing other things. So that's what's going on in that class. And then you can see the final project for my sculpture class in my community notes already, because I finished early. They're a pair of bookends. Their names are Melvin. He's a guinea pig wizard on the one bookend, and then the other bookend is named Sir King Howard the 37th, and he's a king guinea pig. And they're both carved on, I think, oak. It's just some random wood that they had in the classroom for people to carve and use for their wood projects. I was very grateful they had some, because I didn't want to go into Home Depot and have to get wood, or go through my backyard, which I did try to do, to find wood, because it's been pretty rainy all winter and well into the spring now. So everything out in my yard is soaking wet. So I was glad they had some wood in the classroom, and it was like perfect because these two pieces almost matched, and they were about the same height and everything. So I was just able to do a low relief carving of the guinea pigs that I wanted to portray in my piece. And some of you may remember that in the fall, for a different sculpture class, I made a guinea pig chess set out of polymer clay. So one day, I'm going to have a room in my house one day, when I have a house for myself, like just my house, you know. I will have a room that's entirely guinea pig themed. I'll try to design some like guinea pig wallpaper for that too. I would love to one day be able to show you guys and be like, hey, look, this is a guinea pig room that I designed. But you know, that's years down the line, when I can hopefully afford a house. That might be a long time from now, since I'm 20, but you know, it'd be great, and I think it would be a very fun idea. So yeah, if you want to see the bookends, they're in my community what's it called, community tab. I think I called it community notes earlier. I apologize for that. But they're there, and if you scroll back a little, you can see my guinea pig chess set, or I might just repost it, because I haven't posted my North American guineas wheel yet. If you watched my last paint with me video, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a guinea pig, swan, seal, and unicorn combination composite creature, so to speak, that I made for my drawing 2 class. I haven't posted that yet, because I haven't gotten pictures. It's such a huge piece. But when I do get pictures, I will post it, and I will probably post my other guinea pig related art with it too, because I've done a ton for school, and I'm pretty sure I'm driving my professors insane at this point with it, but I'm having fun. And then for my drawing 2 class, our final project is a double self-portrait. I did post the sketch for that along with my guinea pig bookends. I just did a concept sketch so far that or at least that's what I've posted. I have made some of the little bits and pieces that I'm going to collage onto it. I plan to include a poem that I wrote a while ago, and I've started the line work for the like full-size piece. It's going to be about 20 inches tall and 18 inches wide. So it's a fairly good sized piece, but by far not the biggest piece that I did for my drawing 2 class. And I'm just excited to be working at a more reasonable scale. I think some people really enjoy working large, but I like doing little cute things that are easy to scan, easy to manage, and if I mess up, it's not, you know, devastating or anything. Because the paper I'm working on for that project is about $7 a piece. Yeah, it's the Arches watercolor paper, and it comes in like packs of 5 for $35. So each piece is $7, which is crazy. But you know, it's going well so far. The project's going well, and I can't wait to show you guys that when it's finished too. I'll try to record little clips of it, and maybe I'll do like an end of the semester art vlog. Wow, I'm messing up my words today. Art vlog, and try to include a little bit of that process. If that's something that interests you guys, let me know. And I also plan to soon try to show you guys, like in a video, more of my coursework, because that's something I promised a while ago and then I never got around to it. But right now I'm like grappling with either waiting until the end of my last semester and then just showing you guys everything. And my last semester should be this fall. So, you know, I'm like, do I just wait? I mean, it's the end of the spring. I could just wait until the end of the fall and do like one giant video. I really think my best work has been done this year, not only in that, I've improved, but also I've been taking more art classes and getting further in my education. I'm doing more work that's unique to me and less like, here's a sphere, here's a cube, here's a paper bag, and hyper realistic detail. I've been doing more conceptual and like illustrative work versus like very fundamental stuff. Obviously fundamentals are throughout, but as I go, it gets better and more interesting the further I get along. So maybe waiting might be beneficial for that video, to just make one big video where I kind of take you through my whole arts education journey. Last spring I did a video reviewing what I learned in a year of art school, so I could do a second one of those and see what you guys think, because even compared to last year's video, this year was like huge for me. I learned a lot and I did a lot of amazing classes, so let me know what you think. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on the subject right now. But yeah, the end of this semester has left me with like a lot of very mixed feelings. On the one hand, I'm very happy to be done with photography, because that class has been my personal hell. No offense to the professor, of course. It's just, it's a lot of computers. I've been very loudly voicing my opinions about Photoshop on Twitter for like, a couple years now. It really is the most clunky and like impossible to learn program out there. I mean, I'm certain there's a lot you can do with it, but it is like very complicated and inefficient, and it changes more than it should in very like fundamental ways, and it's so frustrating. However, despite my gripes with Photoshop and all that, I am sad to like say goodbye to the structure that my classes give me. I do enjoy like going to a place and making art. So maybe I'll start painting at parks or like cafes or something, just to get out of my house and go somewhere to work. Because I have found that during the semester I am very, very productive, because I have to be, but then I also come home and I'm inspired because I've been talking to artists in my class, and I've been, talking to my professors and everything. That like feedback and interaction and just being somewhere with other people does help me work sometimes. And that's part of the reason why sometimes I'll go up to like my kitchen table during the weekend, because my family's around and I can just kind of sit there and paint, and they're doing whatever. They're watching TV in the other room, they're grabbing snacks or whatever, and I'm just there painting, just chilling, just hanging out. It helps me to focus, kind of like an accountability measure, because it looks weird when you're just sitting there with all your paints out, but you're actually just staring into space and not painting, or at your phone or whatever. And this semester, I've really enjoyed my other classes. Like Drawing 2 has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed most of the assignments in that class, as well as in my sculpture class. I got to learn new mediums and everything. And with Drawing 2, I got to incorporate some of my favorite mediums too. Really, I incorporated my favorite mediums in both classes as much as I could. That's something I really focused on this semester, is trying to make art that serves me and serves like where I want to go with my art. And I think I'm going to miss that like structure of like prompt being the assignment, and then like how can I work with this to make it something that I want. That, along with the things that I mentioned before. But on the other hand of all that, I do like that I'll be able to work on my own and do my own schedule over the summer, work on videos more, maybe, spend some time outdoors and at the beach and all that. And oh my gosh, warm weather's coming. It's amazing. There's a tree in my yard that every year in May just like bursts like with pink flowers for like all of a week and a half, and then they all blow away, and the petals still look pretty like on my yard, but you know, it's all of 2 weeks. But I'm looking forward to it, really. Just be prepared. I'm going to be cutting this painting out. Yep, there it is on screen. I'm cutting it out. If you haven't seen one of my like more recent paint with me's, this might be upsetting to see. But I collage my paintings these days. Like I'll do a little fairy, you know, and then I'll cut her out, and then I'll paint a little background, and I'll just stick her on. See here, I've fixed her eyes and I've cut her out, and I've decided I want a pink background. I think I worked in some green and yellow too. To be honest, I'm not really sure why I chose pink. There's quite a bit of pink on her already, but I guess there's green too. So you know, I'm doomed if I chose pink. I'm doomed if I chose green. So why not both? I really enjoy painting these backgrounds because I just get to like really water down my gouache, and then like take a little bit thicker gouache and go over it and watch it like spread in the paper. It's really fun. Very lively and full of motion. It's very fun to see. Sometimes I'll use ink too, like a fountain pen ink. And of course there's like glitter and all that I add on, and after I add my fairy, I'll usually add on tons of collage pieces and everything, you know, just lots of fun. And when I say collage pieces, I don't mean like cut up photographs or pieces of magazines or whatever. I basically make like mini paintings, and then I cut them out and I combine them together, if that makes any sense. Like I'm not collaging magazines or whatever. I'm literally making a collage of paintings. Like I'm basically doing what I did when I was little. Like I used to play with paper dolls. Like I would take a coloring page or whatever, and I would cut it out, like whatever character is on it, and then I would color that character and draw like little quote unquote accessories for that character, and voila, paper doll. So I'm basically doing that, except I'm gluing it all down in one arrangement, you know. This process is so much fun because whatever little mini bits and pieces that I don't use for one collage, I can save in a little baggie for another, which is what I've been doing. I've been, you know, painting like strawberries and little cupcakes and pastries and flowers and whatnot. And I'm like, I'll use it for this collage, and then I'm like, oh, it doesn't really fit, so I save it for the next one. And it's really cool because there's little pieces that I've saved from like my very first painting collage, that I still am trying to find a place for. So it's pretty fun. And as you can see here, I'm like really trying to mix up the colors on this background. I think I was really struggling because I was regretting my choice of pink, but then I was like, this yellow green looks kind of vomity. I don't want that. So I was trying to add in a bit more of a blue green to kind of mix things up. It really is kind of like a battle with these backgrounds, because I do have like a picture in my head of what I want it to look like, but it's very much like not like that. Like this is the simplest part of the process. I just kind of have to like let go of control, if that makes sense, and try to picture how the paint is going to move on the paper before it actually does, which was kind of a struggle here. I found that when I put the green on top of a spot of pink that was like too wet, it would spread out and look like mold, which is very much not what I wanted. But I did eventually let it go because I was like, you know what, she's a fairy, she's outside. Maybe there is a little like fungus or like moss or lichen or whatever out there, and I let it go. Some of the spots that I was really panicking about ended up covered up anyways, so this part of the process is valuable for me. It's funny because I started doing like a collage because I realized like I want to be a children's book illustrator, but I don't really enjoy painting like big extravagant detailed backgrounds. So I was like, I can't have like a character on a blank white background without some kind of like faded environment for them to be in. So I figured out collage actually takes like the intimidation out of it for me. Like I'm willing to draw flowers and bushes and mushrooms and whatever, and just combine it all together later, like worried about the technicality of it later. So I'm really enjoying that kind of like looseness, but it does allow me to be like a little more narrative and everything. Obviously the illustrations that I usually do with this technique, or at least that I've done yet, I'm pretty new to collage to be saying usually what I usually do with it. But what I've done so far with it has really been stuff that's focused on like the possibility of creating prints for my shop or whatnot. But obviously I think I can do something narrative with this too, and I am having a lot of fun with it. It's very refreshing compared to what I used to do. It is kind of difficult to get everything to lay flat though. As you can see on screen, I'm trying to use paint bottles to hold things in place, and then I'm gluing on lots of little star glitters and everything because, like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to put some glitter on this. I chose primarily silver stars, and then I chose like a shape mix of like pink, and here's how she turned out. I think she's beautiful. I wonder who she's gonna have tea with, but I want to be wherever she is really and just enjoy some summer sunshine like she is. If you made it to this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you painted along with me, please let me know what you did end up painting. And real quick before I get going, I want to say thank you so much to my Ko-fi supporters. So thank you to Ashley, Savvy, and Tiffany. Your guys' support means the world to me and allows me to keep making videos like this one. If you want to join my Ko-fi page for all these benefits and more, please check out the link in the description box below. You can get early access to my videos and content, as well as seeing my sketches. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye!